Okay. Well, you go. Oh. Hey, party people. How are you guys? So, I wanted to talk to y'all about something like really, really quick. Good morning. Good morning. Can you see me? Not really. Hold on. I'm actually about to move in a second. I'm gonna move y'all over there so you see some of my arts and crafts stuff. But I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about something real quick. Like, give me a 2 if any of you here have either already have their own YouTube channel or like any type of social media platform, or if you want to get into like kind of doing what I do or anything as pertains to social media whatsoever, give me a 2. I came from watching one of your videos just to watch this video. Hey, okay, so while I wait for people to give me tools, let me tell y'all what I'm talking about. Two. Okay, perfect. So, real quick, and ignore stuff. Those are my house shoes. They're clean. We're moving in this open space here. There's a table coming that's gonna be here, and we'll do a house tour in a second if y'all want to see it. But I'm gonna talk about this first. So, I know most of you guys know that as a YouTuber or somebody that's on Instagram or just an influencer period, because literally you could be, people make a whole lot of money promoting businesses, different businesses on a whole lot of different social media platforms. So it doesn't really matter which platform you're a part of. However, whenever people hear about it, for the most part, I think there is a myth or a misconception about A, how much money influencers make, and B, how companies are with contacting influencers. And the reason that this live is titled "Stop Letting People Play You" is because most of these companies really think that influencers A, work for them, and B, need them. Why do people think this? Well, we have taught them that you teach people how to treat you. And I think as a people, everybody is always so freaking desperate for money. And I don't mean it in a messed up way, but everybody is always so desperate for money that they'll do like whatever for anything. So let me tell y'all what I'm talking about. Hey girl. So, okay. I don't really know how else to say this. So if there's anybody on here right now that's watching that's really like sensitive or is very easily offended, then I would kind of advise you to sign off now, because for whatever reason, anytime I like comment back or respond to something, everybody's like, oh, she mad. Like, I'm not mad. I'm just very blunt and I'm not bashful. But anyway, so you have 2 different types of influencers. You have the type of influencers that are just starting off a business career in general, like, and it's nothing wrong with either one of these people, but like I said, they fall into 2 categories. So you have an influencer that's starting off as an influencer, like they're gonna start off like, okay, I'm beautiful, I can promote your brand, I can promote your product. They grow a social media presence, and then people start contacting them, right? That's the first type of influencer. Great, right? Actually amazing, the fact that you don't have necessarily a tangible product and you just like this, like, and people paying you to promote that stuff. That's amazing, right? But then on the flip side, you have influencers like me. I didn't start off as an influencer. I started off as a cosmetologist, and then the way that the field works is going from us passing our business cards to us having to have a social media presence. So I built a social media presence, and then lo and behold, will you watch out there now? I'm an influencer or a creator, whatever, right? So, with you be mad, y'all. Like, if anybody that's on here, we're gonna come back to that in a minute. I just really want to address that. Like, I really want to address it. If anybody's on here that's from like Detroit, Chicago, New York, Memphis, Atlanta, any of those people, give me a 2. If you're from any of those places, give me a 2. And nothing happens in the videos that I take off. You can't, like, this is a live video. So I don't keep my live videos posted because I want them to be pretty and edited, and this isn't pretty and edited, so I don't save them, but I don't delete any video that I spend hours deleting. So to ATL, okay, so thank you. Everybody that's in here that's from Atlanta, Detroit, if there's anybody specifically that's from Detroit, give me a 1, please. Lord, let it be at least one person from the D in here, bro. Like somebody from the D. Give me a 1, bro. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's my husband. He doesn't count. Okay. New York. Just about the same. So the person here that's from New York, what's your name? Paris. Okay. Paris, you're from New York. Let's say everything's all sunshine and sparkles and stuff, right? And you're walking down the street, it's all sunshine and sparkles, and somebody be like, oh, I don't like your hair. Your hair is so ugly. You look stupid. What you gonna do, Paris? You gonna turn around and be like, okay, like your nose is too big for your face and you don't have any edges. Anyway, that's what would happen, right, Paris? And then you would keep on with your business. That's not me being mad. I'm not mad. Just understand, like, if you say something crazy to me, I'm gonna say something back. I am not mad. That I asked who on here is from Detroit or New York or something like that, because the people that's from the places that I'm from know what a person that's from the D looks like when they're mad. This is not what a person from Detroit looks like when they're mad. This is what people from Detroit look like all the time. Like I don't know. I guess. Like, and that's one thing that me and my husband learned as we moved to Nevada. People are so different. You just never realize how different people are culturally until you move from one side of the world like to another side of the world. Like you never realize how people are. And I have noticed that the different part of the world that I moved to, people think that whenever you say something to them and then you say something, if they say something to you and you say something bad, it's like, oh, you mad, you be mad. Like, bro, first of all, people from the D don't talk when they're mad. So if I'm still talking or if I'm like responding, I am not mad. If I'm not saying anything and I'm quiet, that's when you should be afraid. People from the D, we talk like this all the time. Like, dead ass, one of my really good friends right now, I remember, I want to say we wasn't in high school. I want to say it was like 7th, 8th grade. And back home, I can't remember what holiday it was, let's say Thanksgiving. And all of the kids used to be in the basement and all the grown-ups was upstairs. And my friend, she's biracial and her family's white. So she not used to a bunch of noise. We was downstairs and all she heard, oh, and then you got, oh. And she's like, oh my God, are they fighting? Oh my God, are they fighting? No, that's just like how we are. Like, I'm just, nobody, like, this is not mad sin. If you ever saw sin mad, you would know. This ain't it. Oh, I love her. The one who was like, wait, what is your name? Wait. T. Thomas said, I hate when people walk up to me and say, stop looking so mean. Like, I'm smiling. Like, bro, like, first of all, first thing, if you haven't said anything funny, why would you? If I was just looking like that all the time, you would think I was slow. And then on top of that, oh, you be mad. Nobody's mad. I don't care nothing about nobody's grandkids. Like, I don't care. But when y'all say something smart, it's just how I was raised. I don't call it bad, call it a good thing, call it whatever you want. But I wasn't raised to whenever somebody first, like, it was this lady from the video that I recorded. Like, it's just like, oh, you look stupid. You look stupid and you sound like an idiot. And I was like, okay, like, you look chunky in your avatar. Like, what's the point? Like, that's not me being mad. Like, I don't care. But this is a problem. My husband's stupid, respect, yes, whatever. But to me, the problem is this. before, like the way the social media has been for the last, 5-6 years, like even with celebrities, people could go online and y'all could go on celebrities' pages and be like, oh, you ugly, you stupid, you stink. And they either wouldn't say anything, or we would have a generic answer because like you used to pay, like I used to have somebody that ran my social media for me. You used to pay somebody to look at your social media and to answer your comments because contrary to popular opinion, I'm still a human being. Other people are still human beings. Celebrities are still human beings. But now things have changed. And the people that we've looked up to our whole life, like Will Smith and like all of these other people, are on their Instagrams and YouTube actually commenting back and operating stuff. And the general public cannot get used to the fact that you can't just say whatever you want to say without the person that you're talking shit to coming back and saying something to you. That doesn't mean that I'm mad. That just means that this isn't imaginary internet world anymore where you can say whatever you want and the person that you're talking to won't say anything back. And it's like mind-boggling to me. People will literally come on my channel and make a comment like, oh, you're, what did this one girl say? Oh God, I want to remember word for word. Something like, oh, you can do hair real good, but your shoulders are really big for your body and your nose is ugly and all of this. And I was like, oh, your mama. Because that's like my husband to tell you, like, anytime me and him talking, like, I don't play the dozens, that's not what I do. I just be like, oh, your mama. Like that. But the girl's like, oh my God, you're mad. That's so unprofessional. Bro, like, y'all are nuts, bro. As long as you're talking, as long as you're talking, we good. Girl, yes. Yes. I love it. Your attitude is about like mine. Why you worried about my basically? Like, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Wow, grow up, people. You're my motivation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Folks should just see if they can't get a rise out here. Folks are crazy. Anyway, and like, who cares? Like, what the fuck? I don't care what people do. I'm not even like, oh, like, people talk crap. That's not that. I don't really give a crap about what people say. Like, I don't care or what the lady said, like, oh, my nose is big, oh, my shoulder, like, whatever. I've been married for 8 years. I know somebody that like it. So I don't really care. It's just funny to me how people like be having stuff to say. Like whoever's grandchild that was, it was like, oh, bitch, you do be mad. Like all of that, like, it's just, and I think the only thing that gets to me, I'm gonna be honest. Being from Detroit, I don't know how else to say this, and I already asked everybody that's easily offended to get off. So if you get offended, that's on you because I asked you to get off. I don't know if y'all ever saw First 48 before, an episode where Detroit was on First 48, but like Detroit not really one of the places that you born and raised in where where you are taught how to let people talk shit to you without saying anything. Like it don't. Cause back home, like if one person say something out of the way to you and somebody else see that, they gonna go tell everybody they know, or they look. Like she just let everybody talk to her any one type of way and then everybody say it. I'm not saying that that's a good thing or a good habit to have. However, that is the habit that was formed for me post-conception. Hallelujah. So if you bring it here, hallelujah, I need you to have a heart habit. Hallelujah, God. Amen. Yes, God. Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Hallelujah, Lord. Jesus. Yes. And I know, and I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that it's just the Detroit thing. However, and I apologize if anybody on here right now is from California or anything, but I just feel like for the most part, but it's fake people everywhere, but for the most part, people from back home can only be fake for so long. Like I get somebody being fake towards you in the D like a month tops. People here can be your friend for years and hate you the entire time. Like, or people here, they'll literally be like, fuck you suck, I hate your guts, what you gonna do? And like try to, but then the second that you'll be like, all right, what up? They'll be like, oh my God, you are so ghetto. Oh my God, I cannot believe, oh my God, she's from Detroit. Oh my God. Girl, yes, I already know you know from Atlanta. Yes, oh my God, I love these people, bro. I knew I wasn't crazy, bro. My husband, that's my husband, ignore him. And my husband can't talk about nobody because listen, like, like people here on this side of the world, like I said, I'm sorry if you from California or Arizona or whatever. But it's just different. Like Jesus, Lord, and my family's from Memphis. So that's why I'm including the South in Detroit, because like Southern people don't play that shit either. I'm gonna hush you up. Southern people are more blunt than people in the D. Southern people be like, baby, you look stupid. You can't get in my car with them dusty ass shoes on. Like for real. wait a minute. Hold on, what's your name? Baby, let me say something. Now, this is just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I just feel like people in Flint crazier than the people in Detroit. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Flint, y'all crazy. And I got a bunch of clients from Flint, and I'll tell them all to their face, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Thank you. You are right. It's a Midwestern thing, no tolerance. Thank you. Cause yes, they definitely have a good reason to be crazy. And like it was this one lady, she was like, cause y'all know the reaction video that I just did, like, it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. But I did a reaction video to my own work, and I was like right here, but like on this other side of the counter. And she makes a comment like, oh, you look stupid. You sound like an idiot. Stop drinking. Mind you, I had like this little glass of wine, and I recorded like 3 videos, and I was babysitting that glass the whole time because I barely drink, but it was a pretty big announcement, so I need a long, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I don't need to give an explanation. I'm a grown-ass woman. I had my uterus cut open twice. The hell? So anyway, when she said what she said and I responded back, she's like, oh my God, you're right. I shouldn't have said that, but I just don't want to see you in that light. I watched all of your videos, and the fact that you use profanity twice and you drink wine, I'm a grown-ass woman, bro. That's why I try to tell people, like, I got my uterus cut open twice. I know I look young. I would like to think that I am still young, but I'm 28. I will be 29 in July, which means I'm like knocking on 30's door. Like, I'm a grown woman, and I feel like the problem with social media is people think that they can control the people that they follow. Like, no, they think that everybody should be a certain way. Everybody should talk a certain way, act a certain way, even when people say things like this. Me and my husband was actually just talking about this last night. When people be like, yes, thank you, praise the Lord, I'm a grown-ass woman, thank you. People have a really, really, really hard time dealing with the fact that professional is dependent on your profession. And this is what I mean by this. The lady, once again, was like, oh, you're drinking wine. I don't want to see you in that light. It's so unprofessional for you to talk like that. First of all, the word professional is specifically for your profession. So, yes, it's unprofessional of me to be on YouTube drinking a cup of wine and saying shit if I was I don't know, a doctor. No, because they can do what they want to. I don't know. Somebody that don't work for their damn self. I don't know. But I do hair. And I'm not even taking new clients. Like, I got a full book of like a couple, 3, 4, 500 clients. Like, I'm not taking new clients anymore. So like technically this is me dressed professionally for work, right? Probably not this, because then I would have to do this. Wait, hold on. Now I'm dressed professionally, right? For work. So what would be unprofessional is a whole bunch of cleavage, only because for my profession and for what I do, I'm leaned over like this, and I'm sure you don't want my boobs in your face. So that would be me dressed unprofessionally. However, me responding, like when somebody say like, oh, you look stupid, like me saying like, your mama looks stupid, that's not unprofessional. I work for myself, bro. I say what I want. I don't get fired. The only thing that could happen to me, I could probably get fined by state board if I give you an infectious disease, which I've never done, but I'm grown, bro. And so that is ignorant when people say, like, for example, if I come to work, even though some hairstylists do it and I'm not knocking it, but if I come to work in 6-inch heels, a skirt on that come to down here with a split up the side, or not even that, no splits, no nothing. Like some heels and a 3-piece like female suit, that's dressed unprofessionally. I'm dressed unprofessionally as a hairstylist if I have on heels, a 3-piece suit that button up with a bow tie. That's unprofessional. Why is that unprofessional? Because I can't move around and go like this, like with a 3-piece suit on. That's unprofessional. Me like reading you after you're disrespectful to me and I work for myself is not unprofessional. That's actually professional. It is unprofessional of me as an entrepreneur to take shit from people because I work for myself. Like, y'all get on my nerves. Ooh. Oh, baby, listen, like, look, bro, like, and I wish it was a way, like, just like that one video that I posted, like, I'm gonna say, it's like a month old, where that girl wouldn't leave out my room and was crying and stuff. Bro, like, I literally had to, I didn't disable my comments. People can make as many comments as they want because, girl, it take up engagement, you know what I'm saying? And then I get paid my money from assets. But I had to stop reading the comments because people were in those comments like, oh my God, you are so unprofessional. That is so messed up. There were multiple people like, all you had to do was leave, go pick up your daughter, and then come back and do her hair. And then there were a whole lot of people like, oh my God, she was crying, you can do her hair. First of all, let me say this. First thing, I'm not curing brain cancer. I'm not, it wasn't an appointment to take out no cyst out of her ovaries, nothing like that. It was a hair appointment for her to get her hair done. So let me ask you something. What's more important, a 6-year-old little girl or a grown-ass woman fake crying who can't tell time? Like, okay? And so, like I said, people, the problem with that video in the comments is the fact that people really, really believe that hairstylists are employed by their clients. And this is what I mean by that. If you go to a doctor's office and you have an appointment for your doctor, and whatever that grace period is, if you're late, you're going to get your appointment canceled and they're still going to bill your insurance. And it's not going to be $65. Okay? So, but people don't respect the field of cosmetology like they do other businesses, which I'm not mad at that because most hairstylists are ratchet as hell. They like eating food and like, oh girl, I'm tired. You want to go get some chicken real quick? So that's why we don't have respect in the industry. But let me answer something. Oh, hold on. You did the absolute right thing. Thank you. Happens at the doctor's office too. People are always rescheduled for being late. Girl, I'm hollering your face. It's the principal should have kept the appointment and those tears. And then mind you guys, like all people saw was her from like here on down. Nobody saw anything from here on up for a reason, obviously. She's the one who came in the comments like talking about I mean, just randomly telling people who she was. I never put her name up there, but y'all couldn't see her. Like, she was going between crying and smiling and like having an attitude. It was like, really, like that's what actually happened. So like all of the people in the comments that are like, oh, she's a horrible person, and oh, you're so unprofessional, and all of this stuff. It's like, bro, women literally will, like, you guys, not y'all, but just America in general, whatever you want to call it, has made love and hip hop, like, Mona Sky's her name, like, she's a millionaire. She got bands because the world is obsessed with other people's sorrow. Like, I've had people in my church like, girl, oh, I cannot wait to get home so I can watch Love and Hip Hop. Like, I cannot wait to get home to watch Love and Hip Hop so I can see this. Girl, did you see Rashida? He cheated. Like, y'all are like excited. Even the Wendy Williams stuff. Like, the stuff where Wendy Williams' husband has had a side dish for 10 years and lives on the street. Like, people are obsessed with stuff like that. That's why Wendy Williams makes money. Wendy Williams talks shit and gossips for a living. Everybody's okay with that. But when a hairstylist posts a real life situation that I deal with on a regular basis, so I've been doing this for 11 years. Imagine what happened in that video at least 4 times a month, at least. And she was the mildest one. That's why I was chilling, because I've been dealing with that for 11 years. But when a hairstylist like me gets on there and posts that, it's like, oh my God, I'm so unprofessional. It's horrible. But y'all set y'all alarm clocks and record it on DVR. Love and Hip Hop. And their husbands going to jail. Their husbands cheating on them. Their husbands that they've been with for 20-something years, having babies with other little strippers and stuff. But y'all love that. Like, that's okay though. But I'm unprofessional. I know. It's unprofessional to show up late. Thank you. People like drama. Thank you, baby. But yeah, it's like, and I mean, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. And that's why, like, honestly, more than anything on YouTube, that's why I want to be more transparent, because I am going to show you guys what hairstylists really deal with. Because just know that by me not taking new clients anymore, I'm not like, oh, the hair industry sucks. The hair game is horrible. Absolutely freaking not. Like, absolutely not. Like, the hair, you can make a lot of money in the hair industry, a lot of money in the hair industry if you run your business as an actual business. If you are a hairstylist, like a real life hairstylist that people can go and book an appointment with in a professional manner, like have an online booking system instead of being like this. Girl, put your head down real quick. My phone right here. Wait, what you said? Okay, girl, hold on. Let me get my book. Hold on. Girl, just keep holding your ear real quick. Keep holding your ear. Hold on. As a matter of fact, it's gonna take me a minute. You can let your ear go. Hold on. Okay, what day did you want to come in? No, cause my baby daddy gonna have a car that day, I think. No, but on God, I could do Wednesday or whatever. Okay, bye. Like, yeah, if we change the way we structure the hair industry, and if everybody starts doing online booking, if everybody's running the business the same exact way, then there will be a standard that people follow. But right now, there's no standard. Like, I have clients come to me telling me that they had an appointment at 9 o'clock. The hairstylist don't get there to 10. And when she get there, she got breakfast, and she sit down and eat her breakfast. And then she got 4 other people that she got to wash before her. Her appointment was at 9. She don't even leave out of here until 8 o'clock at night. So, yeah, that's why most of the time there's no respect in the industry. It doesn't matter what doctor's office you go to, what state, around the country, it doesn't matter. Like, for the most part, it's going to be ran the same way. Like, like, you're not going to go in and your doctor, like, walking in like, girl, put your feet up on the stirrups real quick. Hold on, my baby daddy, hold on. Do this hurt? Do that hurt? No? Okay. Okay, so what? You is lying. Like, you've never saw a doctor do that before. So why do professional hairstylists feel like our industry will have the respect that it deserves when you, girl, what? Shut up. So that's why, like, I'm really blunt. I'm gonna be straight, no chaser, and I'm trying to let everybody know that. So if y'all have a problem with me being blunt, then don't be subscribed to me. Like, unsubscribe to my channel. If you want me to be like a puppet, like, oh, I see it just said shit. Yes, I said shit, and I'm gonna say shit as many times as I want to say shit because I'm grown and I've had my uterus cut open twice. So that's why I'm, like I said, that's why I'm like really transparent with everything as it pertains to the hair industry, because I feel like hairstylists work 10 times harder than they really have to. If everybody has a set structure, a set way that they run their business, and everybody sticks to it, the hair industry, it will be so much different. Everybody will be so successful, because I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. Some people are like, oh, wigs are going to take over and frontals and closures are going to take over, which, don't be wrong, that's fine. However, doing hair is the one thing, that's the one profession that will never go out of style. I don't give a damn how much money somebody makes. Somebody become a millionaire tomorrow. Are they going to stop getting their hair done? Nope. I know girls who barely pay their rent, but they go have their hair done. Like, it's not even up for debate. Sorry. I usually get there before her, but that's my choice. Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. I just try to tell people, Sherry, I love you, Sherry. Okay, because you just said, wait, I didn't, because my husband is in there. Do you on YouTube? Sherry, I like you because listen, it's called, Ty, would you be quiet? It's it's called YouTube for a reason. It's YouTube. They really should call it YouTube, but YouTube does sound like better and like quicker. But it's my channel. If y'all don't like what's on my channel, then get off of it and don't watch it, bro. Like, no, because I am so sick of the hair industry being painted as like everybody that's in the hair industry got money, everybody got bands, everybody doing celebrities, everybody want to have a hair salon, everybody want to open up a shop, everybody want to have their own product line, and that's all of the things that you have to do to be successful. That's not freaking true. There are hairstylists that are worth hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars that have never sold a product in their life. There are hairstylists that are millionaires that have never opened up a hair salon and have no desire to open up a hair salon. There are people who have companies, who have product lines that you guys think are millionaires because of how many subscribers that they have, and they're dead broke. Because it's not what it's not everything is not what you see. Like, but people, it's a part of our job in the beauty industry to make everything look easy. Like, it's a part of my job to make it look simple. It's a part of my job to make it look like anybody can do this. This is easy. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm in the beauty industry. If somebody comes in and they don't have edges, it is my job to make her look like she has edges. So if I can make you look like you got edges, do you think I can't make it look like this is easy? This shit is not easy, bro. Like, at all. And yes, I said shit again. Girl, what? Yeah, somebody want a professional style for $4. Swear to God. Swear to God. Always show up 15 minutes early. They didn't get that memo. You must be from Detroit or somewhere on the Midwest or down south. Jesus. Yes, when you 15 minutes early, you're, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah, Lord. I was mad when I seen the video of you watching your product line. Listen, y'all, look. Okay. Just a little bit more background on product line, and then we're gonna end this because I gotta start making some stuff. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm making in a minute. So me and my husband started the product line in 2014. Okay, hold on, y'all, because my lips is a little chipped. Okay, so me and my husband started the product line in 2014. It's 2019 right now. So we started the product line in 2014. Originally, I had a private labeling company. And to make a very long story short, they sucked. Like they would, at first everything was great and stuff. And then whenever stuff started kind of like blowing up for me, social media wise, I would place an order and they could not get it out to me in time. Like it would be like one time I ordered it and it was a 2-week turnaround anyway. And so they sent the wrong product. So then I had to wait another 2 weeks. So that's 4 weeks, right? And then after that, then they sent the wrong product again. And then I had to wait another 2 weeks for them to send the right product that time, right? And then they did not want to take responsibility for it. They didn't want to take the product back because they're like, oh, well, you formulated it especially for you. You could just pay for it. But I'm like, no, I didn't ask you to send me this shit, bro. Like, anyway, so make a long story short, me and my husband decided to break off from them. And I told him, like, babe, like, I can make the product myself. And he was like, babe, like, seriously, like, do you want to just find a private labeling company? I was like, no, chill out, watch. So anyway, make a long story short, I did everything I needed to do, got my head in the books, whatever. Figured out, I got trained, whatever, and how to formulate my own products. And so I was mixing and doing everything myself, right? So that was in, like I said, that was in 2014, because I'm going to say, babe, did we use the private labeling company for a year? 2 years. No, just a year. Like a year and some change, we used the private labeling company. So then come 2015, we were doing everything ourselves. And when I say we were doing everything ourselves, I mean, I was making all of the products by hand myself. When I say I was making the products, I don't mean like I had 5, 6 people telling me what to do. No, it don't work like that. You don't have a staff full of 10, 11 people until you in profit margin, because you have to be in profit margin to pay people to work for you. Okay. So I was making all of the products myself, ordering all of the things to make myself, like I said in the video, the damn bottles, the labels, everything. Making the actual product, every product, including conditioner, everything started off as water and a wax, or water and the oil, water and an additive. Like, that's how all of my products started. I didn't get pre-made shampoo or pre-made conditioner. No, I made it myself, right? So anywho, as my business started to take off, we always had, once we moved into making the product ourselves, we had to up our shipping times from, the normal, 4 to 7 business days, whatever the hell people say, to like 10 to 14, because I'm making it myself by hand, right? So out of nowhere, the product line just started like taking off. Like, we were getting like hundreds and thousands of orders. Mind you, I'm making every bottle by hand. So eventually I taught my mom how to do it, and my mom started helping me. And then my husband was printing every shipping label. So if we had 4,000 orders, he was printing 4,000 shipping labels and answering all of the customer service emails. Mind you, customer service, even though women, like, it was some lady that commented on the video that I was saying I closed my product line down, apologizing to me for how disrespectful she was to me in the email. Because let's say shipping is 7 to 14 business days. There's a tab that says, please read before purchase. Nobody reads anything. And so people will be like, oh my God, this is so damn unprofessional. I'm not being extra. Like, my husband in the other room, he in the man cave, he gonna yell when I'm lying. People will write me like, you know what? This is why the fuck I don't support Black businesses. That's how they all start. This is why I don't support Black businesses. This is why I don't support Black businesses. I ordered on this day and I still don't have my shit. Give me my fucking money back. I swear to God. Excuse my French. These are the emails I will read. This is not just one person. This is a lot of people. And so then I will be like, oh my God, like, are we late? And then I will go back and look, and it's only been 3 business days. 3 out of 14. And she cussing and all of that, like all of that. So this one lady cussing and stuff. And so when I sent her that, because there was so many people being nasty like that, I had a template. I would just copy and paste. And so, I don't know if you go that way. So I had a template that I would just copy and paste or whatever. So this one lady, after I copied and pasted the template, she was like, oh, well, that's dumb as hell for it to take that long. Give me my fucking money back. Like, that's how women are. So everybody's just like, oh my God, you should have closed it. I want y'all to still live your whole entire life, still have 2 other jobs, still have 2 kids, still have a husband, still want to be happy in life, and answer a bunch of women like, this is fucking ridiculous. Where's my shit? It's been 4 business days. Mind you, credit card processing is 48 hours. That has nothing to do with me, bro. And then most of these people will order like on Friday night and then write me Monday morning. I don't got no updated tracking information. This is unprofessional shit. Like, bro, that's why my product line is closed down, because it's not worth it, bro. No and freaking no. Especially because, like I already told y'all, how I broke down everything with shipping labels and all of that. Like, yes, it can make you a lot of money depending on what other forms of income you have, but I did the process of elimination and it caused me to more stress. Everybody's like, oh, don't close it down. Well, ma'am, you have emails where it's a bunch of people cussing at you every 5 minutes after they order been put in 2 days ago, and it's Monday and they put it in Friday and they calling you out your name. I mean, I had people writing on the Better Business Bureau after 3 business days. I'm good. Like, no. Yes, you have. Oh my God. Like, oh, you people are so annoying. Oh my God. We are not, I am going to say something about, we are not talking about religion, but, what's your name? Sharon, Renee. First of all, don't come on here quoting a Bible to me that you don't even have the complete version of. There are 47 scriptures of books of the Bible missing, and over 1,724 scriptures were edited. So I'm the wrong person for you to come on trying to tell me what God liked and what he don't like. I've read the Bible like a couple of times back from the first page to the last page. And I've also read all of the books of the Bible that are missing. And I doubt it very seriously if the person who created this entire universe gives a damn if I say shit. So, and then if he does, I'm the only person who's going to be up there with him on Judgment Day. So I'm just confused to why you feel like you have to say that to me, because in the Bible that you're quoting, there's also a scripture in the Bible that tells you not to do what you're doing right now. So please don't quote scriptures to me before you read the ones that tell you not to do what you're doing right now. Because remember, nobody comes to the Father unless he's called by the Father himself. So I don't need you to tell me what my language is like and if whether or not God is mad at me and ain't gonna bless me because I said shit. I'm grown, okay? Thank you. I'm the wrong person for you to quote Bible scriptures to, sugar. Thank you. Like, y'all get on my nerves. I'm the wrong. Listen, we ain't gonna go into religion, but I'm the worst. Baby, listen, I am the worst person you can quote Bible scriptures to because I know them all. And I know about the ones that are missing. I know about the ones that Constantine took out in the year 320 before Jesus Christ was even born. I know all about the book of Thomas that tells everybody about, listen, not with the church's money, not today. Anyway, like I was saying, wait, hold on, it was somebody else's question. It's like, to the Son, Jesus, and fire intercessor, but I'm not here for that. Baby, but, okay, one thing, I know I said I wasn't going to get into it, but look, first of all, You don't have the actual Bible. You have the edited version. And the Bible was edited by the people that had you in slavery. So you don't actually have the actual scriptures of the Bible, because the actual scriptures in Thomas, in the book of Thomas that they took out, because you guys, you ma'am, who just quoted the scripture, how many disciples do you think that there are? 12, right? No, there were actually 27 disciples. And they all have different books of the Bible that you have not read. Why? Because they threw them out of the Bible, because that way, if they had those scriptures in the Bible, slavery would have never happened. Different types of dictatorships wouldn't have never happened, because people would know who they really were and what type of power they actually had. So please don't come on here reciting scriptures to me that you don't even have. Most of everybody's favorite scriptures were taken out of other books of the Bible and that they already took out. So for example, let's say the book of Thomas. So it's a couple of scriptures in the book of Thomas that they took out and put as Corinthians chapter 1, verse 17. So girl, with yourself. With yourself, girl, with yourself. Get an understanding, baby. Please, please don't, please don't. No. No, I can't. You get what you see, so get the listen, but what's crazy though? Like, what you say, baby? And I know I'm not getting on you like I was getting on Bible thumper lady. Actually, if you really did get the actual books of the Bible, it really would put food on your table, on God. I swear to God, it would. And if you was to read the books of the Bible that they took out, you will understand exactly why they took it out. Like, a lot of religious people, and I'm saying religious people understand this. Before, pause real quick. We was not supposed to get into this, but I just feel like we're supposed to talk about it. Like, when I say religious people, I talk about the type of person that I used to be. Okay. Me and my husband, we used to be so deep into the church that that's all we did. Like, me and my husband used to be at the church, 3-4 days a week. I ran the dance ministry at both of the churches that I was at. When I say ran the dance ministry, that's exactly what I mean, right? So anyway, me and my husband, we used to have Bible studies at our house. I remember this one time we had this Bible study, and it was like the young people that we were over at the church, right? And I remember us sitting in the middle of the floor, and I used to be so into like Illuminati, and not into it, like a part of it, but like I used to be so into like looking up, oh my God, you play this song backwards and say this, and oh my God, Jesus, the devil worshiper, which I don't necessarily come back. We ain't gonna go through. Anyway, like we used to be so into that. We used to be like, don't listen to that, that's the devil. Don't listen to that, that's the devil. So been there, done that. I'm not a person who's like, oh, anti-God. No, been there, done that. My relationship with God is deeper than it has ever been, because I actually know him now. And I don't know it's not the version of him that was taught to me in church. And you guys have to understand the meaning of perception and what perception is. Real quick, is this example that I heard from this one dude, Jake Ducey. He's so dope. Anyway, so it was 20 people, right? And they was broken up into two groups. One group, they gave some iced coffee, and the other group, they gave hot coffee, right? But then both groups, they read, hold on, let me cut this up. Okay, so like I said, two groups. First group, they had broken off and they gave them cold coffee. And then the second group, they gave them hot coffee, right? And they gave them both the same exact passage. Both groups had the same exact passage to read. But the group that had the cold iced coffee, they had the iced coffee, the lady who gave them the passage was like, okay, here you go. You read that and then come get me whenever you get done. That was the people with the cold coffee. The people with the hot coffee, she was like, oh, how are you guys? Here's your coffee. Have a good day. Okay, now I hope your day is going amazing. Go ahead and read this. And then when you get done, can you please just come over here and talk to me for a minute, right? Two different groups, remember? Hot coffee and then iced coffee. Okay, so they both read the same exact passage, like the same exact passage, word for word. The outside of the book was the same color, the same exact passage, right? So then when they got done, the people with the cold coffee, she comes over there, she's like, okay, so what did you get out of it? The people with the cold coffee said, oh, well, it just seemed like he was so cold. It just seems like he was so cold-hearted and he was just rude and nasty. He didn't really care. He lacked so much empathy and da-da-da-da, right? That was their tone. But then the people with the glass of the hot coffee, people with the glass of hot coffee, they were like, oh my God, like you can tell that it was just coming from a place of hurt. He was so hurt. He probably had been through so much. They had nothing but empathy and they felt bad for him. And like their perception of it was like, he's sad and he's hurt and he needs help. And people treated him so bad. But then the other group of people was like, oh, well, you know, he's an asshole and blah, 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 blah. But they read the same exact passage. And I said all that to say this. It's all about your perception. People, we've been reading the same damn Bible forever. And every time you go to a different church, you get a different version of that story and what it means to that pastor, right? And it's all dependent on his atmosphere, what's going on in his life, and the way that he took it, and the way that he, after he reads, and this is what pastors do. And I can say this, why? Because my father was not a pastor. However, he was an excellent teacher. And this is what my father did. He would read through the Bible, and this is what pastors do. How do I know this? Because I was close to them all, okay? So they would sit down, they read the scripture, and then they go and they pray, and then they write down their perception, and then they go on the pulpit and give it to you. The problem with that is it's all dependent on what their life is like and what their environment is like, the type of perception that they're going to get, and if whether or not it's a valid perception that you should apply to your life. For example, the last church that I was at, the pastor was cheating on his wife with a white lady that he met at the gym. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of vanilla in your chocolate. I'm not, but that's happened. He was cheating on his wife with a lady at the gym. That didn't work out. He didn't like that much vanilla in his coffee. So he decided to jump back to the black girl side. But you want to know who he's married to now? One of the old leaders of the worship team who used to call him dad and his ex-wife mom. Yes, I did. So what we're not going to do is have you guys or have people quoting scriptures based on the perception of people who haven't lived their life accordingly. Because remember, the Bible that y'all are quoting says, the Bible says that basically, it's so many, I'm paraphrasing, but basically that you need, for you to get the right type of understanding from the scriptures out of the Bible that you read, you have to be in the right peaceful spirit of God. Can you please explain to me how you in the spirit of God if you having sex with all the congregational members? That's what I thought. So, I'm sorry. And for the person who said believing in Jesus, I don't look. The reason I get like really passionate about this conversation is because I love God so much that I get pissed off at the depiction that the world has painted of him. Even down to like what you just said, like, oh, people still believe in Jesus is bull. No, y'all need to read the damn book of Thomas, bro. In the book of Thomas, Jesus asked the disciples, right? Thomas to be there. Did y'all even know Thomas was one of the damn disciples? Anyway, so Jesus was talking to a couple of the disciples, including Thomas. And Jesus asked them, he was like, so when you think of me, what words come to mind? Like when you think of me, what words come to mind? And the couple of the disciples, of course, they was like majesty, master, God, Messiah, like all of that stuff. So after Jesus let about 3 or 4 of them just name all of these names. And then his response was, I am none of those things. His exact words in the book of Thomas is, I am not your God. He said, if you're walking and you see if you're walking and you see someone who was not born of a virgin, then lay prostrate on your face in front of them. He said, you feel this way about me because you have drunk from the sparkling glass that I have drunk from. He said, I am here to show you who you are, what you can do, and what you are capable of. Then Jesus proceeds to say that people think that he came here like a meek, mild lamb to die for their sins. But that's not why he came. He came with sword to restore the order, basically to show us exactly who we are. Then, as you keep reading in the book of Thomas, he was telling them, you guys go and heal the sick, raise the dead. So the disciples weren't just like, oh God, you raised the dead. No, they were doing it too. The disciples, like, that's what he says, at least. That's what it says, but that's not the version of the Bible that they gave us. Even Jesus, like, they paint Jesus as like this, Jesus about that action player. Y'all don't, that's what I mean. Like, that's why I get so irritated when religious people try to preach to me. How the hell are you going to preach to me from an incomplete book? That's so dumb. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even have the whole book. Like, and this is the thing. I'm talking to the people who wanna know. I'm not arguing with any religious person because listen, whoever is like, I'm not going up and reading back in the comments because peep this. If you're arguing with me, do you realize what you're doing right now? Like, you are looking at books that people edited so you wouldn't really have God's word. So you don't even really have his word. Most of the books of the Bible that they took out are literally all Jesus talking, like not even other people talking. It's literally all Jesus talking. All he talks about is manifestation, how to climb out of poverty, how to climb up. Like that, bro, come on, bro. Like, just, bro, like, come on, dude. Like, so Jesus isn't, like, it's not everything that it is supposed to be. People need to understand that almost everything in America is ran like a business, including the church. Like, if you think about the story of the crucifixion in general, it doesn't even make sense the way that they give it to us. Like, why would they have been hunting after him for so long just because he was like, I love you, friends? Y'all try to make it seem like Jesus act like Joel Osteen. That's not how Jesus loves you, friends. Come in here. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Jesus came in there and said, no, every man comes to the throne of grace by himself, and they don't need you, or you. Because before Jesus came back, if you wanted to pray, if you got caught going like this by yourself, you would get stoned. Okay? So when Jesus came back, and he was on the Mount of Olives, he said, everybody can come to the throne of grace by themselves. Like, everybody can come to the throne of grace by themselves. And they didn't like that. You know why? Because before Jesus came back, the only way you could pray, you would have to go to the priest with gifts, with your offering. They didn't have envelopes then, but they brought cattle and jewels and jewelry, and they would bring them to the priest. And then they would look at them. The priest would see if your offerings were worthy enough for God. And then they would you would sit down, you would talk to the priest, you would tell him what you wanted to tell God. They would tie a rope around his ankle, and then he would go into the holies of holies. The reason that they tied a rope around his ankle is because if he went in there and he wasn't holy enough, he would drop dead. And then they would have to pull his carcass out with the rope. And Jesus came back and said, you don't have to do that anymore. You can come and talk to me yourself. But peep this. That's how the church paid their bills. That's how the priests were the richest people around. And Jesus came back and said, you ain't got to come giving gifts to them no more. You can come talk to me yourself. You can go in your own private space and talk to me yourself. So they said, oh, we got to kill this nigga because he got life messed up and he going to make us broke. That's what happened. But of course, the church is not going to tell you that. Do you think a pastor is going to get on the pulpit and say, Jesus came back to die for the church? To die to kill the church? No. But in the book of Thomas, Jesus says specifically that he came to abolish the church, bro, and to create order between him and his creation and God's creation. That's what he said. So, and it's in the book of Thomas. It's in the Bible that they took out. They found the book of Thomas in tombs. In the actual, it's not made up. Like, okay. Anyway. Do I have, okay, so I do, but I'm not selling any of those products, babe. I'm so sorry. I'm so just have not option to leave. No need for the extras. The complete book of time. If I do, actually, because I don't know if I'm gonna leave this video up, but I am gonna make like a little ebook. It'll be free, but I'm only calling it an ebook because it's the easiest way that I can put it up there for y'all to just like click on it. It's gonna be, I'm not charging for it, but you'll just click on it and then you'll be able to download it. I'll do if y'all really want to see it for yourself, then I'll do it. I'll add it for you guys so you can see it. Because honestly, I'd rather you read it for yourself. And honestly, like, how can you really say that you love God if you want to argue with somebody when I tell you that they edited his words? Like, you don't want to know what he actually said? Like, that shit is so stupid to me. Like, especially for Black people. Like, for Black people, they argue about it, which is the people who argue about it. So that was a dumb statement to make. Black people arguing with each other about Christianity and about religion and about the Bible is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all something. I'm not gonna say it. I want you to tell me in the comments. Where were Black people introduced to? When were Black people introduced to the Bible? When? Please. When were we introduced to the Bible? When did Black people see the Bible for the very first time? Thank you. Thank you. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yes. Where did we see it for the very first time? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. During segment. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Come on. Come on, Jesus. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Come on. Come on, Jesus. Okay, so let me ask you a question. So if you read the book of Thomas, you will see exactly what I mean. Can you please explain to me why y'all think that out of all of the horrific things that they did to Black people, that even though they did all of that horrible stuff, like raping men in front of their children, raping splitting up families, all this horrible stuff they did, that was so bad, but they would never take books out of the Bible. Like, that sounds so damn stupid. Like, even before Black people, like, there's so many different versions of slavery. Most of the major edits were made when Constantine took out 47 books of the Bible. I don't mean 47 scriptures. I mean, like, the whole book of Genesis. Imagine that being gone. That being the book he decided he didn't want in there no more. And then he took out different scriptures of it, right? But then, as once slavery came along, they were editing it too. Like, what? Y'all just, for example, like this book, it was like 20 of these, like 50 of these when I picked them up, right? But they have a printing company. There was a printing company that printed the Bibles. Who in the hell do you think owned the printing companies? Do you think it was a Black person? Do you think Jesus owned the printing company that printed the Bibles? No, it was the same people that had you in slavery that printed the Bibles. Do you think that they would have left different scriptures in that Bible that taught you how to manifest, that taught you how to get yourself out of different situations? When you read the book of Thomas, you will see that if the book of Thomas was in the Bible when slavery happened, slavery would have never happened. It probably would have lasted as long as it took all of them to read. That's how long slavery would have lasted if the book of Thomas was never taken out of the Bible. And it's what's crazy to me, like, Black people, we don't research. We have taken on the religion of our oppressors, and we won't even try to follow up to see what the text really says. Like, somebody sits in front of you and tells you, okay, I found the books of the Bible that they took out, and it's a well-known scientific fact around the world that the Bible was edited. And there are way more books of the Bible that were taken out, but they've only been able to prove that he took out 47 books of the Bible. And they've only been able to prove that he edited almost 2,000 scriptures. They've only been able to prove that. That doesn't mean that that's what happened. So if you're a person that's sitting arguing, like, how are you going to argue with somebody for your right to believe a lie? Listen, if you want to be a Tinkerbell and believe bullshit, girl, go ahead. I don't care. Yeah. Because my thing is, it's like, I just don't, that don't even make sense. Like, God made me with, okay, perfect example. People be like, oh yeah, you gotta call on God for helping. Or people's like, oh, see, you don't gotta work, just sit and ask God and just wait on God. That is dumb as hell. And y'all all been thinking that for a long time. And that's how the church keep everybody in the same spot. That's why everybody, when you go to church, it's the same people catching the bus every day. It's the same people roll around on the bathroom. It's the same people every week. But guess what? It's the same one up there on the pulpit with money, because he the one who knows the truth. Everybody else in the congregation believes the lie that he tells them. He's the one up there that goes to truth, that knows the truth, because none of y'all have been to seminary school. So none of y'all know what they teach in some of these seminary schools. Nobody knows if whether or not their pastor really believes in the law of attraction, because every pastor that I've ever talked to does. But then the people that's in that congregation be like, it's the devil, but they believe it. But they don't preach it to you. They don't preach it over the pulpit, because if they preach the law of attraction over the pulpit, you don't need them. What do I need you for? That makes no sense. It's dumb as hell. So God made me. He took a piece of himself. If you got an apple pie right in front of you, and you cut a piece of apple pie out and I give it to you, is it still apple pie, or is it key lime pie? It's apple pie still. That's what I thought. And Genesis says that when he created us, he took a piece of his spirit. Not a piece of his stomach, not a piece of his toe jam. No, it says that God took a piece of himself and put it inside of the body that he formed. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, wait, and then after that, he was like, okay, here's the world that I created for you. You have dominion over it. In the book of Thomas, what's that name? The disciples, I want to say it was Thomas and another one. I can't remember. No, actually, it's one of the disciples that I didn't even know existed, so I can't remember his name. But they asked Jesus, when will heaven come? Like, just tell us, when is heaven coming? When is God coming back? When will you be back? Jesus' exact words were, it's not a matter of when heaven is coming. When heaven is coming, where it's going to be, what section it's going to be in, it's where exactly is it. Jesus' exact words were, heaven is already here. Men just don't see it. Those are his exact words in the book of Thomas. His exact words were, heaven's already here. Men just don't see it. Like, everything that you need, you already have. Like, all of the scriptures that we know, that we quote so much, we look at them in the context of the pastor that taught us those scriptures. But the Bible says the kingdom of God is already in you. If you have faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Faith without works is dead. Everything that Jesus has ever said is like, you got to do it yourself. I've already given you the tools, do it. It's just like you tell your kids how to tie their shoe, and then they just sit there and like, I don't know how to do it. You're going to be annoyed because you already gave them all of the tools that they need. They're already equipped with everything. That's why people live and die praying the same damn prayer, because you're not going to make it out of nothing, because you don't believe that you can. Black people are born like, oh my God, the whole world's against me. Like, so that's the type of energy that you let off. So that's what's coming to you, point blank, period. And people don't want to believe it. And it's so funny because the dude who started slavery in the beginning, you can still go read the text for yourself. His exact words was, they're going to keep Black people in slavery long after slavery is over. Now, most Black people never even took the damn time to pick it up and read it for themselves to figure out the rest of the text. You just heard that he said that, like, oh, y'all hear what he said? No, what the very next sentence after that was with Christianity. He said Christianity is going to keep all Black people against each other, fighting, and they're going to be so distracted fighting each other that they won't even look at the truth. And when they get the truth, they're going to push it away and they'll live in poverty. The book of Thomas says that him who oh God, y'all just have to read it yourself, but I'm paraphrasing. In so many words, Jesus said, if you believe that you'll be in poverty, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. But if you use your imagination, and you imagine yourself in the place that you want to be, and you surround yourself with your answer, anything that you want in this world is yours. That's what the book of Thomas says. Have you ever read that? No, you didn't, because they took it out the Bible. So don't come on here trying to preach to me. Thank you. It's weird how when you're learning about manifestation, you start to see others talk about it out of nowhere. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, what's your name? 5 to 5. Girl. Okay, so my dad passed away. What's today? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Wait though. Oh my God. I'm like so proud of myself. Normally I'm like dreading today. Today is the day that my daddy passed away. Look. Yep. Oh my God, I'm so proud of us. So today makes, oh my God, like today makes 5 years that my dad's been gone. So after, once my dad was gone, then I was like, oh crap, like, I guess I gotta get a relationship with God for myself. And I mean, I had a relationship with God for myself, I did, but it was it was like under religion though, if that makes sense. So anyway, I started to dig deeper for myself, and I stopped going to church because the story that I just told, that I told y'all earlier, pastor divorced his wife after he was cheating on her with the white girl, did marry the congregation member, all that stuff. And then he's the second pastor of my life that did that. The very first pastor, the first church that I ever went to ever in my life. I was little then, but he cheated on his wife with a congregation member, and they're still married today. So once this last one, I was like, I'm good. And it was too much other stuff that went in way deeper. Is one thing when you a congregational member and you sitting in church, but when you are in ministry and you behind closed doors and you at the pastor's house and stuff like that, you get a whole nother perception. So anyway, I began to look into it for myself, like with my own personal relationship with God. And like when I remember the very first thing that got me, I was watching this one video, and it was this Asian guy, and he was explaining like chi and meditation and stuff, because the way that I was brought up in church, I was taught that meditation was demonic. I was taught that crystals were devil worship, all of that stuff, like sage, that was demonic. Like that's what I was taught. And I was literally taught word for word that whenever they're meditating and they're going like this, that they're conjuring up a spirit, right? Some type of demon, some type of something, right? That's what I was taught. Okay. So the guy that was on here, he used to be a monk, and now like he still goes up there. He's just not like as strict of a monk anymore, but he still meditates and stuff. Do y'all know what they're doing when they're meditating? All they're doing is imagining their life as they want it. For hours. Do you hear me? For hours, bro. And when I say imagine what they want, let's say somebody in here want to be a millionaire, right? Or no, I'm about to use myself for an example. It is what it is. Y'all feel some type of way, So I would, not this house because we just moved in here, but the other house, I told my husband, I was like, okay, forget it. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. The worst thing that can happen is it don't work. And I just talk to Jesus about it, like, my bad, Lord. But my relationship with God is so strong that if something ain't right, I can hear it and feel it automatically, right? So anyway, I remember I started journaling, like, oh my God, I cannot believe I made $10,000 this month. And he was like, you have to imagine it in your mind, like picture it in your mind, like it's already happening. And what does it feel like? Like if you got $10,000 a month, how would you feel, right? Like a person is in, like for some people, that's not a lot of money. But like if you making $10,000 every month, like what does that feel like? Like, oh my God, like I'm so happy, like, oh, I ain't worried about nothing. I get up in the morning and I'm just making my little tea, like I ain't worried about nothing. And so that's how I was living for like 3 weeks. No, I'm lying, for a month, right? So all I know is I was saying that you can ask my husband, I would go in my backyard every morning, and all I would do is I would make my tea in the morning. It's upstairs. Do you know where my journal is? I don't know where my journal is. I'm gonna take a picture of my journal and show it to y'all because we just moved. It's like in a box upstairs somewhere. Because if I go upstairs, I'm gonna have to take the whole laptop. But they won't. If you can find it. Oh, I think it's in that box right on the side of by my nightstand. Well, don't be making suggestions if you ain't. That's what husbands do. Anyway, I'll take a picture of it and I'm gonna put it on my community page whenever we get done. But I would journal 55 times on in the morning and then 55 times at night. And I had 2 affirmations. My first affirmation was, "Oh my God, I cannot believe I made $10,000 this month." And don't judge me, but I love trap music. So hold on. Are y'all gonna judge me when I let y'all hear what song I was journaling to? Okay, done. So as I'm finding the song, so I would journal that in the morning and at night before I went to bed. And then my other journal, my other affirmation was, "Money is like a river. Every time it goes out, it comes back to me double." Because most of us live paycheck to paycheck. Whether you make a lot of money or not, like the more money you make, the more expenses you gather, and then you like work all month just to pay your bills at the end of the month. And I just used to be so like, not like, oh, we was broke or poor, but I would always be like, oh, I would be cheap. I used to be cheap as hell. I'm getting better, Jesus, but I would be cheap as hell. Like, oh my God, like bro, like, oh, if we spent that, then I gotta make it back with this. But I started writing before bed. Before bed, I would write, "Oh my God, I can't believe I made $10,000 this month." And then as I listen to like just like water sounds, I would write again 55 times. "Money's like a river. Every time it goes out, it comes back in to me double." Right. So next thing I know, that following month, I had $10,000 in my account. I had $10,000 in my account, and then ever since I've been writing those affirmations every day. Literally every time I spend money, I don't give a damn if it's $10. Somebody paid for something for $20. I swear to God, me and my husband just bought something this morning. We just went to Jack in the Box this morning. Don't judge me. He went to go Jack in the Box for some pancakes because I was cooking. It was on him. He the one who put it up there. Like, so every time like I spend money, it definitely comes back to me double. We spent like $12 there. Somebody paid something for $25. Listen, like, and it doesn't, the crazy part about it is like, people look at that as like, it's something weird or demonic, where manifestation and meditation is in the books of the Bible that they took out. We just don't know any better. Could you imagine if we knew all of this during slavery? Slavery would have never freaking happened. And when you go to church, what they teach you is like, pray and then just wait on God. Just pray and don't do nothing. But God taught you that faith without works is dead. That's what he said, right? That's what I thought. But it's like, and it's another guy here on YouTube. Y'all, please go. Now, I can show y'all this right now. His name is Ike, Reverend Ike. Like, when you listen to him, his perception of the Bible is literally, to me, the way that Jesus meant it, not the way that people formulate the words. And everybody always wants to argue. Like right now, if I pull out a scripture of the Bible and then I read it and I sound super deep and I give y'all a different perception, you're gonna believe me. If I got a church, if I'm a pastor and I have weight behind me that you feel like you can believe, you're gonna believe whatever perception I give you. And you don't even, and you won't even take it out to figure it out on your own. Like, what church teaches what? Manifestation, help me with your job. I know that's right, girl. Like, but seriously, like, and I don't think people understand that. And my whole thing is, people can preach to me till they blue in the face. I'm already in religion, and to me, there's a difference between being religious and having a relationship with God. Those are two completely different words. They have two completely different definitions in the dictionary. Like, it's two completely different things. So that's why whenever somebody says something, it's not even like, oh, I'm mad because, oh, I'm mad because somebody said something. If anything, I'm not even irritated with the person who brought it up. I'm just irritated with the fact that, like, most likely Black people will never know. Like, my father died thinking that, like, this version of stuff was true. Like, this, bro, and we're not even gonna go. I'm not going into that because I'm not crying here. Like, that's what we believe. Like, our grandmothers, our great-great-grandmothers, our grandfathers, they all died working by the sweat of their brow. Like, back home in the D, everybody worked by the sweat of their brow. Now GM and General Motors is closed down. And meanwhile, in the inner city, like, for example, with like different churches and stuff, like in the inner city, everybody is like coming to church. It's these women, this one lady, this one article that I read. I mean, not read, this one video that I watched. And there was a lady, she had been going to this one church. The church will remain nameless. She had been going to this one church for 40 years, right? And so she had been giving her tithes and her offering for 40 years. And for 40 years, this church has been going to the same bank to make the deposits. Right now, the church is this big, huge mega church. They done moved out of the city and everything. They done moved to a whole nother different state, big old huge mega church. Like, people be like floating from the cities and stuff, right? So listen, how about the same bank that church was going and making the deposits from? Some contractor got a business loan from that bank and then tore down all of those houses and then built up, what you call it, like a strip mall and stuff. Tore down all of those houses. So for the last 40 years, she's been paying the bank to tear down her house. And we don't even really look into it like that. Like, if everybody started doing their research and really having a relationship with God the way that God intended it for it to be, then things would be different. Because listen, like, I really used to think, like I said, that meditation meant like, you're like conjuring a demon. No, do you know them monks be up there for freaking days imagining like the whole town having a bunch of money and all hate and killing being dead, and like they just be imagining positive things, and then people, we don't really look at it as like us being powerful, because when we in church, we go past all of the most important stuff because we just want to hear the pastor walk around like, yeah, in the hook. Like, that's all we want to hear. But we don't pay attention to the most important stuff. Like, for manifestation, John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and nothing that was created without the Word. What does that mean? First of all, in Genesis, God created the entire earth with the words that proceeded out of his mouth after he imagined it in his head. Go read the book of Genesis again with this type of mind frame. Whenever God created the earth, it said that he was in complete and total darkness. Sidebar, we look at light as like, oh my God, angels are there. And we look at darkness as, oh, that's the devil, even though Genesis says that that's where God was, in complete and total darkness, right? So anyway, it then says that he pictured in his mind, imagined in his mind, the water being separated from the dry land. He pictured it in his head first, and then he said it. And then there was the water separated from the dry land. And then he kept doing that. Like, and I'm saying all this to say, the words that proceed out of our mouth is what creates our reality. Donald Trump is our president because all we talked about is the fact that we don't want him to be our president. The energy in the world that's under commandment to do what we say, it doesn't know negative or positive. All it knows is we talk about Donald Trump. So guess who's president? Donald Trump, because that's who we gave all of our energy to, whether it's positive or negative. People say, oh, the world's getting bad. All Black people always down. But yes, and Black people are always at the bottom of the totem pole because we all walk around thinking that. Every time not every time, but Black women sit in my chair all the time. Oh, like it's a white chick across the hall, be like, oh, Black dudes, that's all they talk to is white girls. And that's because like that's your mental perception. And that's what you're gonna produce in the world. You let negativity out, you want to Bible thump and hit people with the Bible and all of that stuff. That's all you're gonna produce. You're not gonna produce nothing great. Like, do you really think God needs you to bust people over the head with the Bible and he created everything around us with the words that came out of his mouth? You think he needs you? Y'all be getting on my nerves. You have finished, Thomas. Yes, it confused me. I gotta open my spiritual eyes. I'm not ready yet. Too much stuff going on. Don't say that. Once again, I'm glad you said that. Remember, if anybody's ever read the Bible, I'm guessing some of y'all have. Remember when Moses went up to the burning bush, right? And when Moses was talking to Jesus, Lord Jesus went around when Moses talked to the bush. He was talking to God at the bush, and Jesus was in the bush. God was like, I keep saying Jesus, I love Jesus. Anyway, so he asked God what his name was. What did he say? He said, I am. I am that I am, right? And we just skate right past that. Like, we skate right past that. We don't look at anything else. Like, I am is the name that God gave himself because his words create everything. So whatever he proclaims himself to be is what he is. So if you like, oh, I'm not ready yet, you're right. You're not ready yet. If you said that, you are absolutely right. You are not ready yet. You're right. I am so irritated. You are absolutely right. You are so irritated. Like the one dude that I was telling y'all about, I'm going to send y'all his stuff. He was like, and some people go and want to argue about this, but I think it's very true. God only has one word, and that's yes. And I'm like, wait, what? And so, for example, if you be like, oh my God, I am so irritated. God's like, yeah, you are. You're like really irritated. But then if you keep like, oh my God, this gets on my nerves, it's like one thing after another. People cutting you off. Can't nobody drive now because, oh my God, these people cannot drive. Oh my God, I am so annoyed. Then the world that is under commandment, that God put under commandment to move at your will, like he did in the garden. That's what Genesis said. It's like, oh, she said she irritated. Okay, y'all heard what she said. Come on. So then all negative stuff is going to be constantly coming towards you. But if you're like, oh, I don't even care, whatever. Okay, like, you, bro, like, and I'm gonna tell you something. I used to be that person, like, oh my God, these people getting on my nerves. And I remember I would have one person cancel on me, and it would mess up my day. When I tell you everybody for the rest of the day would cancel on me, because I'm like, oh my God, people just don't care about my time. Everybody that book with me just cancels on me. I am so sick of this. God's like, yes, you are. You are so sick of this. Yes, you are. And then the world does what he commanded it to do already, which is move at my will. But when I changed the way that I spoke, when I started saying, I am so powerful, I was like, yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. And then everything that I wanted started coming my way. Like, everything I touched turns to gold. After that, and when I kept saying that, everything that I touched really turned to gold. And people, y'all don't have to believe it if y'all don't want to. Like, it is what it is. But, like, once again, one thing in the book of Thomas that God said that they asked him, the disciples asked him, how do they manifest? And he said, when your mind lines up with your heart, anything you want in this world is yours. It's so simple. Like, it's so simple. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not deep at all. I feel like the way that we've been taught is deeper than that. Like, just don't even look at you not being able to pay your bills. Like, it's the beginning of the month right now. Today's the 7th. It's the beginning of the month right now. So today, start journaling. Like, and it's not early in the morning. If y'all watching me, y'all got time. So start journaling today or do it later on tonight. Whatever that manifestation is, whatever you want. What is the worst thing that can happen? You on your knees praying, crying to God 24/7 about something that he's already gave you. The power of life and death lies where? In your tongue. You already know all of this stuff, but you look at the perception of the pastor that taught you or that first read the scripture to you, and that's all you think about is his perception, not what it actually says. And it's not complicated at all. It's actually pretty damn easy if you want to be real. But my thing is, like, y'all, like, and it's what makes it so sad collectively is the fact that why is it so hard for us to do this? Like, why does it have to be that hard? Like, why if you're a person who's never heard this before, if you're a religious person and you grew up in church, I know some of y'all on here, I'm not reading up, looking at the comments, I don't got my glasses on, y'all know about to stress me out. But like, Why wouldn't you want to? I don't understand. Like, you'd rather do this? Jesus, help me, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, help me, Lord, Jesus. Like, you rather do that? You rather do that than this? Everything I touch turns to gold. 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 Like, you rather roll around on the floor, like, and get covered up with blankets, like, every damn Sunday. Like, oh God, I went back to a church that I hadn't been before because somebody passed away, and I went back to a church that I hadn't been to in years. It's the same people rolling around on the damn floor that was rolling around on the floor 7 years ago. It's the same lady praying for God to get her husband or son out. Like, bro, come on, bro. Aw, God bless you, baby. Watch the movie Come Sunday. It shows the true state of the people. I will. Yes, girl. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, bro, like it, and I'm talking about what I know, because I've been there, done that. Like, me and my, when our car got repossessed, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, and you just gotta think of the song. You gotta think of the stuff that we say. You gotta think of the type of stuff that we say, and then think about where your life is. Like, first of all, when we pray, we start off like this: Lord, is me, your humble and faithful servant. I'm nothing, Jesus. I'm nothing. I'm the same as old dirty rags, Jesus. I'm nothing, Lord. I'm low as dirt. I'm made from the dirt, Jesus. I'm nothing, Lord. I'm nothing. That's how we start off our prayers. So you want to start off your prayers proclaiming with I am, that you're nothing, that you're just as low as the dirt and everything else. And then you go in the prayer asking God for something in disbelief, in lack, because the words that come out of your mouth mean absolutely nothing. Nothing. All that matters is what you feel. So even though you're like, God, please give me this, in your heart, you don't believe that you're worthy of it, and you don't believe that he's going to do it. But you're saying it out of your mouth, but it means nothing because you don't really believe it. So, like, what is the point? Like, you roll around on the floor and crying and stuff. Lord, that's why I couldn't be Jesus, because I wouldn't be paying attention to none of y'all. And I mean, honestly, he don't be paying attention to none of us, because what do you want him to do? He's already given you everything that you need to get yourself out of the place that you're in, and you're going to church, rolling around on the damn floor every day. Like, come on, bro. And then getting on YouTube, preaching to people, telling people like you going, oh, he's the Messiah. First of all, listen, I say Jesus so much, and it's not like a filler for me. Like, I love God. Like, bro. But he said that he's not the Messiah. In the book of Thomas, it's not the book of Thomas, but in the book of Thomas, in the words of Jesus, that the same book that you quoted, he said his exact words are, I am not your Messiah. I came here to show you what you can do. That's what he said. That's what he said. It's not what I said. It's what the book of Thomas said. I didn't say that. Gosh, the movie comes tonight. Oh, no problem, babe. Girl, listen, a bunch of people pray like that. Probably will end when women reject religion, worship themselves. The male, huh? What? Poverty will end when women reject religion, worship themselves. The man will begin to women. Girl, okay, girl. Oh, thank you, babe. I didn't make it to church yesterday. Oh, thank you. But seriously, like, if y'all listen to nothing else I say, and we can get off this, because I don't even know how the hell we got here, because I was supposed to be telling y'all about how people on YouTube be trying to play you. So how we got to this conversation, like I will never know who wrote the book of Thomas and Jesus, just like Peter and Jesus, just like the rest of the disciples and Jesus. So all of the other books of the Bible wrote by disciples and Jesus, Thomas is the same thing. But they didn't have a problem with taking Peter out because Peter, the book of Peter did not have as much words and as much influential information about manifestation and meditation as the book of Thomas does. So it wasn't taken out. But like I said, we all think that there are 12 disciples. There are actually 27 disciples, not 12. There are 27 disciples, but we only know about 12. There are 27, but we know about 12. But there are 27, but we only know about 12. But they're 27. We only know about 12. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I'll put all of the stuff so y'all can like look for yourself. Like I'm not trying to preach to nobody. Like I'm not a religious person. I just have a really strong relationship with God. And so I was to ask me, oh, like, are you Christian? I'm gonna say, no, I don't label myself as anything. I just have a relationship with God. I don't understand why I have to have a label for it. Like, I don't know, like I'm married, I love my husband, but like that's not like a form of a religion. That's just the relationship that I have with my husband. Like I don't know. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I just really want you, like, if you don't take nothing else from me, just please look it up for yourself. Like, labels are to divide, I believe that. And then another thing that annoys me about people who if you make a suggestion on it, then yeah. But okay, so let's switch the subject, not because of that, but I want to talk about this. So a lot of people will be like, oh, Sin, like you guys will ask me questions like, oh, my hair looks like this, or it looks like this. Whenever I comb it, it falls out like this. What should I do to get the knots out of my hair? I put that video, the truth about the hair color chart, so everybody can look at it and understand what I mean by density, porosity, and all of that stuff, and your cuticle and the different diameters of your follicle and things of that nature. Because if you watch that video, you will understand what I mean when I say I cannot give you consulting on what to do with your hair by looking at a message or something that you say over the internet. Like, there's no way for me to tell you that. Just like you can't go get a pep smear from emailing your doctor. You can't be like, hey, I've been having this type of discharge, or I've been having this type of, what is it? What do I do? She's going to be like, come make an appointment. I can't tell you that over live. So the hair tips that I give in the form that I know how to give right now, which is all of the videos that I post like every day. So I don't really know like what y'all like what you want me to do. Like, okay, for example, like if somebody used to be like, oh, I have these double-ended knots at my ends, what do I do? There's so many different reasons you can have those knots at your ends. So if I tell you what to do when you have knots on your ends, for like if the reasoning was you not combing your hair out right, then I give it no. I give you the different things that you can do if you didn't comb your hair out right. But in reality, what's really wrong with your hair, or not wrong with it, but the problem that you're really having is that your follicles are all swollen to different diameters, and then we need to give you an overall different type of conditioning treatment or hair regimen to coincide with all of your follicles being swollen to different diameters. There's no way that I can see how swollen your follicles are by looking online at something. So that's the only thing with that. Whenever hairstylists ignore comments like that, it's not ignoring those comments, it's I can't really answer that question. And I know you guys see so many hairstylists here on YouTube and or Instagram or whatever, and you can ask them a question and they'll answer like, oh girl, yeah, all you gotta do is this. They just want to sound like they know what the hell they're talking about. But any real professional is not going to give you consulting over YouTube from one comment under a video. Like, there's no way I can do that. So that's why I don't get on live to give hair tips, because I post like 3-4 videos a day. Like, I don't know what y'all want me to do. Okay, now I can answer that question. There is no way that you can avoid excess hair in your comb whenever you comb it out. You know why? Every day, you're supposed to lose a minimum of 100 strands. Every day, a minimum of 100 strands. Every day. Now, the strand is not going to necessarily be from root to tip. Sometimes it could be like your very end, so you may not notice it because they may be like that little, but you're supposed to lose about 100 strands of hair per day. So if your hair has been braided for 3 months, those 100 of strands that are supposed to fall out on the floor every day are in your head still. So your hair is not breaking off when you're detangling your hair. Those are just the hundreds and hundreds of strands that were supposed to fall out but haven't fell out because your hair has been braided for months. That's all. Should I be taking braids out a couple of days at a time? Comb and set. Nope, you don't have to do that. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to take out your braids ahead of time, because it's normal. Like, your hair is gonna shed. Like, there's no way to avoid it. And actually, if you didn't have, do I have children? Yes, I have 2. They're at school. Hallelujah, praise them. If you didn't have a shedding, you should worry. Actually, something's not happening like it's supposed to. Something internally isn't going right. Your body isn't doing something that it's supposed to do if you're not shedding. Don't be nervous. It's normal. How's the weather? It's like windy and chilly, but it's not cold. Hold on, let me see. See? Well, you can't. No, you can't see. And I'm not. Sorry, guys. I thought you were going to be able to see that, but you can't. That you said this. Some YouTubers make it seem like you aren't supposed to have any hair in the brush. Houseway scene. Sorry, interesting and food for thought, but I need to go. God bless you. Oh, thank you. I mean, no, you guys. I don't want to say stop believing everything you see on YouTube, because then I'm going to be telling you not to believe what I'm saying. But when y'all listen to people, could y'all please make sure that the person that y'all taking advice from has a license? I'm not saying ask them if they have a license. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is do your research yourself and see if they have a cosmetology license, or if they've been in any type of school to have any type of education whatsoever. Like, just like the rice water. Everybody's doing this rice water thing. Listen, Lord Jesus. Do y'all know what rice water is? Fermented water. Do y'all know what fermented means? That means rotten, spoiled. Like, you're putting fermented water in your head. Now, fermentation is pretty damn serious. Like, fermentation is like, that's the same thing they do to like cheese and stuff like that. However, they do it with the proper chemicals, the proper things to keep it from turning rancid, the proper chemicals and stuff to use to keep it from like rotting or spoiling. And like I said, everybody's follicles are swollen to different diameters. Everybody's density is different. Everybody's cuticle is different. Everybody's porosity is different. So the level of fermentation one person can take may not be the level of fermentation you can take. Rice water is spoiled water. It's fermented water. Fermented means rotten, spoiled. And you don't have any live cultures that you're using. Like, nobody's a chemist. Like, y'all literally like, ooh, I'm gonna let this rice water rot, and then I'm gonna put it in my hair because it's gonna make my hair grow. Like, Huh? You're a hater, baby. I'm trying to figure out how to answer your question about my books. Okay, so in my heart, because of how amazing some of you women are, I want to say yes, I'll open them up one day, but this year makes year 11 that I've been doing this. Imagine having people book appointments with you and like a day. Imagine a full day, like let's say seven people on my books. My first person come in, the second person standing me up, the third person come in, but book the wrong appointment and don't have no hair and need to go get hair. And this is before Uber and stuff. Oh, you're fine. Like, and this is before Uber and all of that stuff, and you know, them getting there and not having hair, and you know, or you know, not having enough money to pay you. Then the very last time of the day, because you get stood up after that lady that didn't bring the hair, she left. So then the next person came, and then the next four people stood me. No, the next three people stood me up, and then my very last client of the day, I do her hair, but then she had me a check, and it's Wednesday night. And she hand me a check and say, here, but don't cash this into next week, okay? 11 years of that. With booth rent, that's $280 a week. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like years of that. This, and people will see like that one video with that girl that was crying. Well, that y'all thought was crying. Imagine that like at least 3 times a week for 11 years, and then tell me not to close my books. I'm done, y'all. I'm sorry. And it's like for every amazing person that I meet, and honestly, the girl who was crying, she's the one who got my books closed. She's the one that, because actually I was gonna try to figure out a way to just keep my books open for my YouTubers, but she found me on YouTube. So, and this is year 11. And for example, like I said, I have a full clientele. So I have clients whose hair I've been doing for like 6-7 years, and they'll go online and they'll need their hair done, but my books will be completely full, right? This actually happened the week that the girl did that. That same day, actually, but not her, the girl right before her. So in that one day, she was the end of my day crying. And then my very first client was just a no show, right? So anyway, my one client, she had a pretty, I want to say it was like really important, but I've been doing her hair for 6 years, and she went on there and she didn't have anything. I didn't have anything. So she had to book for like 3 weeks after that. And anyway, so the girl's not there. So I call her, because I give a 5-minute grace period, and she's like, who is this? I ain't booked no appointment with you. And then hung up in my face. That was all the time, y'all. Everybody's like, oh, one bad apple spoils the bunch. It's not one bad apple, bro. Most of the apples on the tree are dusty as hell. There's only a few good apples, okay? I'm sorry. And if y'all wouldn't do that, y'all are the good apples. Ain't none of these the girl. Listen. Get paid up front, no refunds, no cancellation. I am so glad. Oh my God, what's your name? Andrea, I hope I'm saying your name. I am so glad you said that. I am so glad you said that. Because apparently I just said in my last video, I have been taking deposits for the last 6 years. Not only do I take deposits, if they stand me up, I run their card for the full amount. But you know what people do? They go online and they file credit card disputes with their credit card companies. Or even when I take deposits for my time, they go file disputes with their credit card companies for the deposits. Y'all, I've been taking deposits for years. I'm professional. Girl, I haven't booked an appointment without a deposit in like 7 years. And my deposit is 45%. They still do it with paying a 45% deposit. It doesn't matter. I've been taking deposits for years. There are no refunds or cancellations. My deposits are non-refundable and non-transferable. Whenever you book an appointment, if one of y'all was to go on there right now, when you book an appointment, before you can confirm it, you have to click a box that says, I've read through all of SIN's policy and procedure and I understand blah, blah, blah. And then there's another one that says, I understand that if I miss the grace period, that my appointment is subject to cancellation. Then there's another one that they have to click that says, I understand that upon a no call, no show or cancellation, I am responsible for the full amount. And like, I already do that. Been doing it for 6 years. That's why my books are closed. You guys, I've done all of that. I've been doing this for 11 years, y'all. Written and signed contracts, already did that. They have e-signatures that are legally binding. Granted, because they signed e-contracts, I am able to go on there and fight the dispute. I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that. I'm not to be doing that, bro. Like, I take my first client at 9 in the morning and then I'm leaving the shop sometimes at 9 o'clock at night. I'm about to get done working and then go home and got to deal with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different disputes. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? I'm just not taking the clients anymore. I'm sorry, y'all. But then when you make people send you money through PayPal, friends and family, then it's a little bit harder for you to like buy a house or have your business as a real life profession. Like, if you have people sending you the money as family and friends, then you can't clock your money. You can't file this. It's not a real business. You can't lay it out as a business for your taxes so you can buy a house and buy cars and have property and stuff like that. Like, you can't do that if everybody paying you through family and friends. How can you do that? That's not a real business transaction. They're paying you as family and friends. I run it like a business. That's why I'm not taking new clients anymore. I'm not doing that. You need an assistant auto. Nope. But you guys, yes, PayPal is considered a gift, but this is not a gift. This is my business. It's not a gift. Like, you can't file for taxes on your gift. Like this house. Whenever we got this house, I couldn't go show them stuff from PayPal. I gotta show them real life deposits, real life transactions. I need an online booking system. That's another reason, like, y'all need to have online booking. You don't realize, like, everybody want to do it under the table. Oh, I'm getting money. Yeah, you may be getting money, but are you going to be able to get property? Are you going to be able to buy cars? Are you going to be able to have credit? Like, you can't have credit getting paid through family and friends, y'all. I'm not doing that. Yes, and then peep this. PayPal is worse than, I don't even use PayPal. I use it for the ebooks now because whatever. But PayPal, I don't use PayPal. PayPal is horrible. PayPal's even worse. If somebody pays you through, and then you really think that people can't get their money back when they pay you through family and friends? You can still file a dispute with your credit card company through family and friends. You can still do that. It's not true. They can still file a dispute with family and friends. You can still do that. There are people who literally work to do chargebacks. All they do is chargebacks. Like, I have clients that they'll do it to me. But I have clients that's what they do, chargebacks for people. They do chargebacks for a living. Thank you, sugar. Cash App, all that. Look, I use Stripe because Stripe is a real life system that you guys can actually use to buy property and to have a real life business. Like, it's not, PayPal is, you can't give, when you go to buy property or to have a house or to get anything, you can't send them your PayPal transactions. You can take money back with Cash App. Yes, you can take money back with Cash App. You sure can. You can take money back with anything. You can do a chargeback with anything. It does not matter what app you are on. They can do a chargeback. It does not matter. Same thing. Square. Same thing. Everything. Same thing. It doesn't matter. Even with, and this is the thing. Even with Stripe, you could do a chargeback. However, it's way more difficult to do it. Most people don't want to go through all of that. But most people that will do chargebacks, they'll do it through PayPal, Cash App, stuff like that. I don't got time for that. Accounting assistant. I don't need, but you guys, like, that's why I'm closing my books. It's not worth all of that. So you telling me, like, so I can keep letting people play with my time. Just pay somebody. Just take more money out of your pocket and pay an accounting assistant. Girl, do you know how much money that shit? Accounting assistants, they get paid their worth. I'm about to pay nobody you $1,200 a month so I can take new people. That I'm not doing that. There's no point. It's not that deep. And why would I? And almost every new person that I take stands me up. So why would I like switch my whole entire way that I run my business and like get an accounting assistant and pay her $2,000-$3,000 a month so I can book people who don't come? Like, these people must just do this for a living. That's crazy. These people must just do this for a living. They're chargeback. Oh, girl. Funny story. Me and my husband, we were at the movies one day, and made long story short, I did this girl's hair, colored her bundles, put a full sew in with a natural part. No, full sew in. Yeah, it was a full sew in with a natural part, and she colored her own hair, which I told her not to do, but whatever, it still looked cool. And me and my husband at the movies, and we both left. It was like a spur of the moment movie trip after I don't know what we did anyway. And so when we were there, my husband had left his wallet in the car as usual. And all we had in our, and I left my stuff too, so it was just him. But all we had was the PayPal card. So I gave him the PayPal card. And mind you, I colored 4 bundles from black to red, which was double processed hair color. And I did a full sew over the lace closure, cut it in layers. She filed a dispute for the full, I want to say it was like 700 and some change. Files a dispute, blocks me on all 3 of my Instagrams, but then forgot about my husband. I mean, she'll forget, she know nothing about his. And then I went on her page, on my husband's page, and she had made this post to herself with her hair. It was like, when your hair popping, but you spend too much money and you need money for your Cali trip, so you file a dispute on PayPal. Thanks, though, seeing, laughing my ass off. Right? But she blocked me. She didn't think I would see it, but it was great. I just screenshotted that and then sent it to PayPal. That is the type of stuff people do. She's not just one person. She's one of like hundreds, y'all. I'm not taking you credit. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, you guys. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. It's not just me. Hairstylists around the world. Next time you go to a hairstylist, next time you go to your hairstylist, ask her if she's ever had a situation where a client tried to jip her on her money or try not to pay her, and she gonna have you there all day. Because it happens all the time, but it is our job to make it look like it doesn't happen. Yeah, I know it's not right. That's what people do all the time. Mm-hmm. People do it all of the time. All of the time. All of the time. 24/7 is nothing new. And my husband, he in the other room playing 2K. That's who y'all hear yelling at the TV, and my mom in the bathroom. But my family can tell you, I used to cry like all the time for years. Not like for a couple, like, oh, it was a week. No, for like 2-3 years. I used to get stood up every fucking day. Like every day. Every single day I would get stood up. Every day. That's why I was wondering if I should just do the deposits online and take the rest cash up. That's what I do. I take 40% deposit up front, and then I do the rest in cash up front. But honestly, to start off, I wouldn't do that big of a deposit. Well, honestly, I don't even know what to tell you, because I was gonna say I wouldn't do that big of a deposit, because then the day of, when you make money, because at first I used to have it where, okay, they can pay me up front, but if somebody books you 2 weeks out, and then this one time I had one day where everybody booked like a week in advance or 2 weeks in advance, and then they paid me a week or 2 weeks ago. So that day in particular that I went to work, I was at work from 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and all I got was tips because they already paid 2 weeks ago. So, but with deposits, it's almost no way around it, because if you take too small of an amount, there's no incentive for them to come. But then if you take too large of an amount, then the day of, you either don't feel like you made as much, you probably don't feel like you made as much money, and then they can file a dispute either way. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I had someone wait till I got. I had someone wait until I got finished and said they had to go get changed, and then they texted and said they didn't have their hair, and I was not paying. Girl, yeah, that's what people do. That's what I'm talking about. What is your name? Jania, I hope I said your name right, Miss Jones, because yes, that's what people do. I've had that happen to me a couple of times. Yes. I had one girl, and I was just being young and not knowing no better. Whenever I started, like, this one girl, she came in. I remember she got color, and I cut her hair in a bob. This was a couple years ago. And she was like, oh, I need to get changed. I'll be right back. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Because whatever. And so she left out, and my other client was in there, and my client was like, is she back yet? And I looked, and she was nowhere to be found. Never saw her again. Yeah, she owed me like $250. Mm-hmm. My hair looks so crazy. This is not a ball spot. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, 10 to 20, you're going to have to make that more expensive. Girl, don't nobody care about losing no $10, girl. I'm a person who get money. Oh, that's not just from what next with me. So you do hair from home right now, babe? My hairstylist moved to NYC for a few months. Haven't had my hair done since. I only trust them. Girl, stick with your hairstylist, girl. Try the meeting. Oh, girl. Tried it. Meaning I made it. Let the water sit too many days. Girl, do not put that stuff in your head. Thank you. Hey, when you get a new client and they try to explain what the last stylist charged. Girl, what? First, I don't like it when people come in my chair and talk about the person who used to do their hair before me, period. Honestly. Like, honestly, like the biggest red flag goes up, because I'm like, oh, here we go. You're going to be talking shit about me soon. Girl, listen, like, I'm telling, oh, I love you more, Raven. Is that, girl, listen, like, and I'm going to tell you something. It's because hairstylists, people do not look at our profession as a real profession, because hairstylists are ghetto. Some hairstylists are ghetto as hell, period. And to me, part of the solution is looking at the problem and fixing the problem. Like, we cannot get mad at the way we teach people how to treat us. We bust into the industry telling people that our skill level can be bargained for. It's like, oh, girl, I charge $200 for a weave, but I'm doing a $50 special. Like, no, I'm not doing that. You'll never go into a doctor's office and hear them say, oh, I know I charge this much for a pap smear, but I'm giving pap smears out for $45. It's not going to happen. not gonna happen. But it happens with us all the time. And like I said earlier, people like you go into a hair shop and everybody like super ghetto, everybody eating. Somebody got their baby daddy sitting up over there. What? I got one client told me, Lord Jesus, she was going to this one dude and she got her hair done one week. He called her the very next week. Oh, you need your hair done? And she was like, no, you just did my hair last week. And he's like, are you sure? Are you sure? And she was like, yes, I'm positive. He was like, well, don't you just want your hands trimmed? I'm just like, no, you just trimmed them. He's like, okay, well, can you loan me like $50? And then next time when I do your hair, you can get whatever you want. Swear to God, real life. And she actually did it. And that was her stylist for a while. And when you're pregnant, does your curl pattern change? Not that I'm aware of. My hair got longer, but I don't know. But so don't you ever change. I love your realness. Thank you. Don't worry. I won't. If anything, I may get more realer because I feel like the closer I'm getting to 30, it's like some type of button that's been pushed and I really just don't care enough to like mince my words for people. So that's why when we first started, I told everybody who was offended easily to get off because I just don't know what else to do about it. Jesus. I'm about to. I hate it when I go to a salon and the stylist has to eat in the middle of my style. Yes, me too. That's what I'm talking about. Like stuff like that. That's why our industry don't have no respect. When you at work or like a regular, but I don't want to say a regular job, like my job not regular, but if you have a job, like if you're an accountant or something, your lunch break is at 12. Like any other professional, you schedule your lunch break. Like hairstylists, and they be like, "Ooh, girl, you want to order some chicken? I want some, girl, you want some chicken? Can you put your head down? You want some chicken too?" No, she don't want no chicken. I want some. And then they wait and they take a year and a half to do your hair anyway. So then they full get there and they gonna stop right in the middle of doing your hair like, girl. Girl, ooh, can you pass me some of that ranch, girl? Ooh, like, so I'm not saying that people are disrespectful like on their own. Obviously, just because somebody will let you take advantage don't mean that you should take advantage of them. But baby, just wait until you get over 40. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Not scared to turn 40. Like, I'm scared to not. Oh my God. Like, I really don't care. That's when people be like, oh, okay. I'm gonna hide that from you guys. So I was just telling my husband this morning, like, I really just don't care. Like, that's when people are like, oh my God, you mad? No, I'm not. I really don't care. The only people who could move me are my children. I don't care. Oh, and my husband and my mom. Other than that, like, I'm serious. Like, even the people in my family, they used to be able to bully. Girl. Mm-hmm. And proof that I came a long way. Today is January 7th. Today makes 5 years that my dad has been gone. And I found out today when not found out, but like I noticed while I was talking to y'all but before I used to be like, oh my God, tomorrow's the 7th. Oh my God. But I didn't even notice that. And not that I don't care about that, but I just don't give that much life to certain stuff. Like, I just don't allow my emotions to be disturbed that much because it used to be so easy to disturb them. And I just, like, peace feels so much better to me. I mean, not better, but this peace that I have is so amazing that nobody's worth it. And that's why I'm not doing my product line anymore. And I don't want to say I don't care about people, because I care about everybody. I love all of God's precious children, but I don't really give a damn what they think, though. From what I see, you are one of the best I've seen. Thank you. Girl, what? Thank you. Sorry, but I believe the clients build a stylist personality over. That is absolutely, girl, that's not true. I'm sorry. If you're a stylist and that's what happened to you, then I apologize, but that is not true, because if if that was true, I would be in a freaking mental institution if that was true. That is not true at all. Your clients build your personality. Girl, I do hair in Vegas. Half of my, not, well, I have clients that are prostitutes, strippers. I have clients that go over to Dubai and have sex with animals. I have a client that brought an alien with her to my appointment. I have a client who is like a 13th wife. I have 3 or 4 or 5 clients that worship the devil. Like, that is so far from the truth. That is not true at all. Like, no. Mm-mm. 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 Yeah, and if that was the girl, I would be like, girl, what? I'd be flying all around the pole. What? That is so retarded. I do here in Vegas. That is not true. Please, don't ever say that again. That is not true. I would be a prostitute. I would be outside trying to yes, I would be an alien devil worshiper. This lady brought an alien. Well, I mean, I didn't see the alien. But she said, oh my God, Sid, we're so excited to finally meet you. And then her and Joshy, that was her alien's name, she even pulled out her phone and showed me a picture of the spaceship as it was blowing up, landing in the backyard. It was a picture of the moon with a cloud going across it. Listen, if my clients develop my personality, I would be in a lonely man. That is, whoever told you that, do not listen to them ever again in life. Please. That was dumb. I'm sorry. You're not dumb. That comment was like, I'm sorry. Ty, shut up. You and my husband and my mom are laughing because they the ones that come home. Wait, I record everything, and people know that. I brought them home these videos with the lady who brought the alien. They watched her bring the alien. Like, oh, he wants a hug. Can you get Joshy? She can't. She's not ready, Joshy. She doesn't want a hug right now, Joshy. Like, they saw it, bro. Like, these people are freaking insane. So whenever y'all see me like, oh, I'm closing my books, and y'all like, oh, Sam, please don't close your books. It's not because I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick of people not showing up for their appointments. It hurts my feelings. No, like, I do people's hair that, okay, this happened to me before. Had Pandora on, okay? And it was mixed, you can mix the stations or whatever. So I had the stations mixed, and this Kiera Shear song came on. If you guys know Kiera Shear, I love Kiera Shear. Like, anyway, so this Kiera Shear song came on, but it was one of her upbeat songs. It was like contemporary gospel, and you wouldn't even really know that she said that it was a gospel song until you hear her say the word Jesus. So the girl already wasn't really saying too much or nothing. She was kind of just sitting there. She was cool. She wasn't nasty or nothing. And then she was like, Jesus, whatever. I don't remember what song it was, but I just know it's Kiera Shear. She said Jesus, and she went like this. Did she just say Jesus? And I was like, mm-hmm. She was like, we don't like him. Turn it off. I was like I turned it up. Girl, what we not about to do? Like, I'm really not about to turn it off. She was like, no, I can't do this. I'm leaving. We don't like him, no. And then walked out. I was like, well, thank you, Lord. Like, and then I just, yeah, that was at the beginning of my career. And since her, I've had like 7 or 8 more like that. I had somebody like channel my father while I was doing her hair. Like, he's here. She's here. You can talk to her. She's here. You can talk. Like, like, y'all, come on. It's so much deeper than, oh, somebody stood me up for my appointment. No, like, be like that freaking hair whisperer, bro. Like, y'all. Like, and I'm not saying these people are crazy. I'm not saying what nobody's religious beliefs are. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to say. I ain't saying nothing about nobody wrong. I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, 11 years of it, you guys. I'm not saying like, oh, this is what happened in this last year. No. No. Oh, that client was a little touched. Girl, listen. And then I'm not even, the thing is, I'm not even giving y'all the worst ones because I don't want the real crazy ones to see this. So like the craziest ones, I'm not even gonna tell y'all about. Like, that's why she laughing. Cause my mom she be there. That's like, no. Girl, listen. Even if you pray that you don't want to be around them, Lord, girl. But I love you guys. I'm about to go. We didn't even really talk about what I got on here to talk about, but I'm having a video about it later because we already been on here too long and somehow. Yes, mama's laughing in the background because mom already knows. My mom then had to be like, okay, you can go get your weird ass out. Like, that's happened.
They're my age group.
Say hi, mom.
Hey, y'all.
Kid, like, come say hi. They can see you. They already hear you.
Hey.
She thinks you grown.
One earring on, one earring off. No, I was just getting cute. So when my boo called, I gotta have my hair is something else different, my love. Yes. Hey, see y'all.
I'm just saying, say hi to the people. That's all I had to say. Oh, God. I love y'all. They said you're beautiful, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. She's like this. Thank you. Thank you. When my boo called, because they both old, and they done found out how to FaceTime, and they be FaceTiming every 5 minutes. Coach, you hold it up here. Then, I don't know, is y'all mama like this? And then we go in. Like, for whatever reason, like my mom will be talking like this, even though she don't whisper good at all. Like her whisper is like louder than her regular voice. But for whatever reason, whenever she on like what you call it, FaceTime, she'll be like, "Can you see me? Hey, yes, You like, bro, mom, if you whisper, he can hear you."
He told me the other day, Cynthia, do me a favor. I said what? He said, stop yelling. I was like, shut up. You sound like my daughter.
Okay, y'all. I love you guys so much. I made your day. You made my day. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye, sugar. I sound like your daughter. Okay, so I'm about to, I don't know what I'm about to do. I was about to lie to y'all. I'm probably about to take a nap because today my day off. And my kids is in school, Jesus. Yes, hallelujah, Lord. This was the longest 2 weeks in my life, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Oh, God, Lord. Hallelujah, Jesus. My kids is in school. I'm going to take a nap. Yeah. Hallelujah, yeah. Hallelujah, yeah. All right, I love you guys so much. Why can't I never figure out how to